Good evening. This is All India Radio and I am Gaura Dhawanlal with the news at 9. The headlines. India and Uzbekistan agree to deepen strategic cooperation in various areas, including security, counter-terrorism and trade. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu says India on way to achieving open defecation-free status by 2019. States asked to send biometric data of Rohingya refugees to the centre, says Home Minister Rajnath Singh. UN Secretary-General arrives in New Delhi to participate in Mahatma Gandhi Sanitation Convention, will confer Prime Minister with UN Champions of Earth Award, and immunologists James Allison of the US and Tasuku Honjo of Japan share 2018 Nobel Prize in Medicine. India and Uzbekistan have decided to deepen the strategic partnership in various areas, including security, counter-terrorism, trade and investment, science and technology, and nuclear energy. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and visiting Uzbek President Shavkat Mirziyoyev held bilateral talks in New Delhi today. Speaking at a joint press conference with Mr. Mirziyoyev, Mr. Modi said,
भारत और उज्बेकिस्तान के ऐतिहासिक संबंधों को और गहरा बनाने और हमारी स्ट्रेटेजिक पार्टनरशिप को और मजबूत करने के हमारे विजन और प्लान्स को हमने साझा किया है। हमारे पुराने दोस्ताना रिश्तों को आज के संदर्भ में और भी समृद्ध करने के लिए हमने लॉन्ग टर्म व्यू लिया है।
Mr. Modi assured all possible assistance to Uzbekistan in ensuring peace and stability in the region. The Prime Minister said a prosperous and stable Afghanistan is in the interest of the entire region.
क्षेत्रीय शांति और स्थिरता के लिए उज्बेकिस्तान के प्रयासों की हम सराहना करते हैं। इसमें भारत उज्बेकिस्तान के साथ हर संभव सहयोग करेगा। स्थिर, लोकतांत्रिक और समावेशी एवं समृद्ध अफगानिस्तान हमारे पूरे क्षेत्र के हित में है।
A joint statement issued after the talk said the two leaders have decided to start negotiations on a preferential trade agreement. Both sides agreed to expand cooperation and the target for bilateral trade is $1 billion by 2020. New Delhi has decided to extend a $200 million line of credit to Tashkent for social infrastructure projects. Both the countries favoured the introduction of direct flights between Tashkent and Mumbai and agreed to explore various options to enhance surface connectivity between them. Earlier, India and Uzbekistan signed 17 MOUs in various fields, including agriculture, tourism, combating illicit trafficking, health and medical science, and pharmaceuticals. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu today said that India is well on its way to achieving open defecation-free status by 2019. Addressing the Mahatma Gandhi International Sanitation Convention in New Delhi, Mr. Naidu said, an open defecation-free India is the best gift the nation can give to Mahatma Gandhi on his 150th birth anniversary. He expressed happiness that the Swachh Bharat mission has become a people's movement.
Success of the program can be largely attributed to the extensive participation of people at large. The driving force has been the constant focus on behavior change. Swachh Bharat initiative is different from other programs as it is targeted to the minds of the people, aiming to get people to start thinking about the sanitation and make it a priority.
The Vice President pointed out that Mahatma Gandhi felt that sanitation is more important than political freedom and that the father of the nation accorded the highest priority to sanitation and cleanliness. Earlier, addressing the International Human Rights Conclave organized by the National Human Rights Commission NHRC in New Delhi, Mr. Naidu called for protecting human rights without discrimination.
Violence in any form has to be condemned. The Constitution do not give you liberty to kill others. And no country in the world can have the luxury of this sort of free license. You have got every right. You oppose the criticize, you Prime Minister, you criticize the political parties, you criticize anybody you like in whatever manner you want within the permissible limits without causing social tension.
The Vice President said strong and united action is needed to counter the menace of terror. He appealed to the United Nations to come out with a determined action plan to tackle the perpetrators of terror. Home Minister Rajnath Singh today said that the states have been asked to send the biometric details of Rohingya refugees to the central government for further movement on the issue. The Home Minister said the government will scrutinize all the facts and figures sent by the states and then accordingly move ahead. Mr. Singh was in Kolkata today to chair the Eastern Zonal Council meeting to discuss issues related to interstate relations and security matters, including the Maoist menace. Mr. Singh also said that the centre is taking appropriate measures to prevent Maoist and separatist tension in the country. He said the states required central forces, which the centre would provide as per need. The meeting was attended by West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, Jharkhand Chief Minister Raghubar Das, Bihar Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Kumar Modi, and the Odisha Finance Minister Shashi Bhushan Behera. Finance Minister Arun Jaitley today said that non-performing assets NPAs of public sector banks PSB have further declined by around 21,000 crore rupees during the quarter ending June 2018. He said the PSBs are also making concerted efforts to recover NPAs and have already recovered over 36,000 crore rupees during the first quarter ending March. He said the total recoveries during the last fiscal were more than 74,000 crore rupees. In a Facebook post, Mr. Jaitley said the cash recovery target for PSBs for the current financial year is over 1,81,000 crore rupees. On allegations of writing off bad loans, the minister defended the move, saying they do not lead to loan waivers and the exercise helps lenders clean up their balance sheets and achieve taxation efficiency. Mr. Jaitley said writing off bad loans is a regular exercise conducted by banks and it is not a loan waiver. He added that borrowers of such written-off loans continue to be liable for repayment and recovery of dues. The centre has taken control of the management of IL&FS and its subsidiaries. The group has been defaulting on debt, stepping in to check a contagion which had the potential of impacting the financial sector. The old IL&FS board is being replaced by a new 6-member board which will meet before the 8th of October. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, follow us on Twitter @AIR News Alerts. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres arrived in New Delhi today on a 3-day visit to India. During his visit, Mr. Guterres will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi and other leaders and is likely to discuss key global issues such as climate change and terrorism. The UN chief's visit coincides with the commencement of events marking the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. He will participate in the Mahatma Gandhi International Sanitation Convention. Ahead of his visit, Mr. Guterres said that India is an important partner of the UN in countering terrorism and preventing violent extremism. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will be conferred the United Nations Champions of the Earth Award on Wednesday. United Nations Secretary-General Antonio Guterres will present the award to Mr. Modi in New Delhi. Briefing the media in New Delhi, Secretary Economic Relations in the External Affairs Ministry, T.S. Trimurti, said the award announced last week in New York is the highest level environmental honor of the United Nations. It is being given in the policy leadership category to the Prime Minister. The Chief Justice of India, Justice Deepak Mishra, who retires tomorrow, has said that the country's judiciary has been the strongest in the world, having the capability to handle a mind-boggling number of cases. He said it is the most robust institution in the world. Addressing his farewell function in New Delhi, the outgoing CJI said the independence of the judiciary will stand erect as there is congeniality among the brother and sister judges of the Supreme Court. He said any kind of craftsmanship cannot impact the independence of the judiciary. Justice Mishra also said he judged people not by their history, but by their activities and perspectives. Speaking on the occasion, Chief Justice of India designate Justice Ranjan Gogoi described Justice Deepak Mishra as a remarkable judge. He said Justice Mishra's greatest contribution has been to civil liberties and he has spoken against social evils such as mob lynching and honor killing. Justice Gogoi will be sworn in as the next CJI on Wednesday. The Delhi High Court today freed activist Gautam Navlakha from house arrest. He was arrested from Delhi in August in connection with the Bhima Koregaon violence in Maharashtra. 4 other activists were also arrested from different parts of the country in connection with the incident. Granting relief to Navalakha, the High Court also quashed the trial court's transit remand order, which he had challenged before the matter was taken to the Supreme Court. The High Court refused to accept the submission of the Maharashtra government that Navalakha's house arrest be extended by 2 days, since the Apex Court, by its last week's verdict, had also extended it by 4 weeks. The court made it clear that this order will not preclude the state of Maharashtra from proceeding further. The BJP today demanded that Congress leader Shashi Tharoor tender an apology to the nation for criticizing External Affairs Minister Sushma Swaraj's speech at the UN General Assembly session. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, party spokesperson Sudhanshu Trivedi said there has been a well-established tradition that all political parties speak in one voice on the government's stand abroad as well as at the UN platform. Mr. Trivedi alleged that by criticizing the minister's statement, Mr. Tharoor is taking Pakistan's side. He asked the Congress to make its stand clear on Mr. Tharoor's remarks. Shashi Tharoor had said that the External Affairs Minister's speech was aimed at BJP voters. In Pakistan, a cabinet minister in Prime Minister Imran Khan's government participated in a conference with 26/11 attacks mastermind Hafiz Saeed in Islamabad yesterday. A photograph of the Minister for Religious Affairs, Nurul Haq Qadri, sharing the stage with Hafiz Saeed and addressing the conference vindicates India's stand after it ripped into Pakistan at the UN meet, calling it the fountainhead and patron of terror. Two scientists, James Allison of the US and Tasuku Honjo of Japan, have won the 2018 Nobel Prize for Medicine. They discovered how the human body could fight cancer using its own immune system. The Nobel Assembly today said that the two immunologists will receive their prize, worth about $1 million, at a formal ceremony in Stockholm on the 10th of December. The Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, launched by the central government, aims to clean up streets, roads and infrastructure of India's cities, smaller towns and rural areas. Karnataka too has been working towards this end. Here is a ground report from our Bengaluru correspondent.
Kattepura village in T. Narsipura Taluk in Mysuru district in Karnataka has been declared as an open defecation-free village. A resident of the village, Drakshani, who works as a cook in a government school, tells us how toilets in every household have brought the focus on sanitation and hygiene in her village now.
I work in a school as a cook. There were no toilets earlier. Now everyone is provided toilets. Today we have toilets and all essential facilities. Government has provided the facilities to us. This facility is now convenient for girls and women to utilize it any time.
Pradeep Kumar is a farmer from Kattepura village. He tells us that the village that has earned ODF tag is a role model for other villages nearby.
I am proud that my village is declared open defecation free. Government and the Gram Panchayats have come forward to assist us to build toilets in every household. Today all the households in my village have toilets, and more important is that they are being used by our village people. The women in the village are no longer embarrassed while going out for defecation.
The movement of building toilets in Karnataka under Swachh Bharat Abhiyan has gained momentum. With TV Nanjundaswamy's report from Bengaluru, Valsa Williams, AIR News.
The News Services Division of All India Radio in its weekly bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak will bring you a discussion tonight on Mahatma Gandhi ka sapna Swachh bane, Swasth rahe hum. This can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies from 9:30 p.m. And now, before we close, the headlines once again. India and Uzbekistan agree to deepen strategic cooperation in various areas, including security, counter-terrorism and trade. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu says India on way to achieving open defecation-free status by 2019. States asked to send biometric data of Rohingya refugees to the centre, says Home Minister Rajnath Singh. UN Secretary General arrives in New Delhi to participate in Mahatma Gandhi Sanitation Convention, will confer Prime Minister with UN Champions of Earth Award, and immunologists James Allison of the US and Tasuku Honjo of Japan share 2018 Nobel Prize in Medicine. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.